Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Specifically, welcome to the State of the Channel Address 2024. Now last year I did one of these videos and I felt like I wanted to do one more. Going into 2025 is something I want to address some topics that I want to discuss about the channel, where we are, and where we're going. Well, this past year in 2024, I kind of moved from what I had been doing to focusing more on the AR-15, America's rifle. I kind of talked about my journey with the AR-15 and focused more videos on not just it, but also on marksmanship. These things led to me to doing more videos about doing competitions, both as pistol and then also rifle competitions. Now, unfortunately, doing the pistol competitions, those things kind of got me off the tracks of what this video was, which is more of marksmanship. There's other guys who can do good pistol videos. Humble Marksman is one of them. Another one is, of course, Ben Stoker. He knows more about pistol shooting than I will probably ever learn in my entire life. So then I ask, if I'm not doing competition videos, then really, what kind of channel am I? Well, let's first talk about what am I not? Well, first off, this is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job. I am not going to leave my full-time job to do this. I have a good professional career. Now, on top of that professional career, I also am a full-time college student. And then on the side, I also teach as an instructor on a contract basis or as when needed. So needless to say, I do have a busy plate. Doing these videos are things I do when I'm wanting to do it for the fun of it, and I enjoy doing it. So that being said, one thing I will never be is a person who tells you to like, subscribe, so that I can do this as a full-time job for you. I'm going to do this as a full-time thing that I enjoy for our benefit, yours and mine, for me to impart knowledge upon to you, which brings me back to, what am I? Well, the goal of this channel is actually informative. I want to be an informative channel, a channel that you can gather information from. Now, what informative means is I'm going to be providing data to support statements that I'm saying. I'm going to be gathering data both from the shooting aspect, marksmanship, gathering it from chronographing it, and then looking at what the impacts are. Now, this is going to be supplemented both by my experience and by evidence collected. Now, my experience obviously is my status as a veteran and then both as my current field as law enforcement, but also as a college student, taking classes and learning how to further my knowledge base. Now, a lot of these videos are going to require more than one video. It's going to take more than one. In fact, there may be times when I have to do 2 or 3 videos or 4 to cover an entire subject. And that's something I have been kind of noticing some things with. A lot of videos, it seems like you'll have somebody and they'll say, the 1911 is trash. And then they'll spend 20 minutes talking about why it's trash, but they will never give you one specific reason. They will never bring 2 guns and say, hey, this is why it's trash. They'll never be able to compare it and then say you as the viewer should be able to come to your own conclusions based upon what I'm doing. Now that would be an informative argument or informative video. That's what I'm doing. They are doing more of a persuasive videos, but based upon what evidence are they showing is my question. Which is kind of where I'm going to be different from everyone else. Mine is going to be informative versus an argument. I'm not going to be educating you, by the way. Educating is teaching you how to do something. I am not going to teach you how to do anything. I'm going to inform you how a rifle or how a pistol performs, such as, well, that Glock. I will teach you, I will inform you how well this light performs after X amount of rounds, or I will inform you how well this performs, in the middle of the night. Those are things that I feel like viewers would be interested in. I want to know how things perform. I want to know how it compares from one to another. I don't want to hear your opinion, nor do I want to hear you present a new firearm on the next week's video, talk about how great it is, and then 2 videos later, we never even hear from it. We never hear about it. We don't even know what happened. So that brings me to 2025 and moving forward. What I'm going to do is I am going to present you information. I'm going to be informative, but I am going to do something else. I'm going to present you the good and bad of the information and leave you as a viewer to be able to decide if it is information that you can use. Many times you will see me shooting rifles. You will see me shooting in different videos. And a lot of times I want to show you some of the absolute best groups. So what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to show you all the groups, every group I've done. And I'm going to show you all the bad groups, because sometimes I am not at my best when I am on the range. Sometimes I'm just not got my head in the game and I am not shooting good groups. But I want you as the viewer to be able to say, okay, that's a good gun. That's a good load combination. Now, to do all this, how am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to be using my years in the military, all right, both in the military and law enforcement, to be able to bring you this information. Now, obviously, being in the military and law enforcement is perceived as a bad thing in today's world, especially in the gun sphere. They don't know anything. They don't really know what they're doing. And I got you. I do agree with a lot of these things I said. But here's the thing. We don't know what we're doing all the time. That's why we're always learning, and that's why we're always educating ourselves to be the better person. But when I do this, and when I try and start presenting information in 2025 and moving forward, I'm going to present it as an informative video in an informative format, so you as the viewer can be able to come up with the conclusion on your own. I will do follow-up videos based upon the initial video, so that again, you as a viewer can say, okay, this is the follow-up. I'm not going to try to persuade you, because it's not my point to persuade you. Your point is to you as the viewer to come to your own conclusions based upon not just my information, but other information that you have both watched and read and you have experienced on your own. But to quote a person in a video that I actually heard, if you cannot present numbers to back up your claim or your statement, then it is only your opinion that you're stating at that point. So guys, I will see y'all in 2025. But until then, remember the most important thing. Regardless of whatever platform you're using, whether it's a pistol or whether it's a rifle, get out and practice your field craft. Get out in the field. Learn your skills and hammer on that craft. All right, guys, I'll see y'all.